honestly, the biggest thing that happened this week is I finally stopped the cut. This was an interesting one because literally the last video I posted on this freaking account said that I couldn't wait to keep going hammering the cut and locking in and maybe doing a one cheat day here and there every few weeks. But honestly, like the few days after that video, it was getting hard to think almost. Like, I don't know if it's because like a lack of carbs or whatever, but it was just getting to the point of like just too much of not enough stuff going on, if that makes sense. Plus, I figured like, yeah, I was lean enough, but the strength gains weren't going to go anywhere, and or we're starting to diminish, and I just didn't want to get injured or anything like that. So we stopped the cut. We're not going in a bulk. We're maintaining for a bit, and kind of eating more intuitively a bit. So eating around maintenance, or if I go a little bit over maintenance, that's fine, but not some big bulk or anything like that. So hopefully and the strength has already started to come back. I mean, even just with eating more calories, I'm already sleeping better. I've got way more energy. I can think much clearer, and I'm still lean, but I'm just maintaining. So I'm going to stay around. I might gain a bit more, fat. That's expected or whatever in this maintenance, but it's not going to be a ton. So I got to keep the leanness and actually have the energy. Like even today, bench is I'm a long limbed person, so I've never been really strong on bench. But I hit 225 for 4, and I did that for 2 sets today, which is for me that's good. And hopefully I set a goal for myself at the end of the summer here that I wanted to hit 225 for 8 on bench, and that seems pretty feasible now. If it's mid October, and I literally just stopped the cut. As far as TikTok goes or milestones or anything, closing in on 30,000 followers on TikTok, which is cool. It might be probably a bit more than 4 weeks, 10K, so a little bit slower growth, but still basically another 10K month, which is pretty cool. And hopefully no plans on slowing down there. You never really know. And then yeah, Twitch hit 300 followers this week, which is I'm pretty happy with, especially because compared to like the first week and a half of Twitch, way less streaming hours just because of school schedule and doing homework, stuff like that. So that was good. And finally, this is another thing I figured out, or at least we narrowed down to like 2 Halloween costume ideas that like I'd actually want to do. I don't know if I mentioned it at all on here, but over the past month and a half, damn near 2 months, I've been not stressing, but kind of stressing about a Halloween costume just because I didn't want to do the same thing I've done last year, which has been Napoleon Dynamite for, for 2 years. And I kept bringing up people, because I talk about it on streams or in videos or whatever. People keep giving suggestions, and it was just a bit too much effort, if that makes sense. For me personally, I'm just not, I can't be bothered with like sweating any of that, honestly. So, but finally, first, one person in the chat suggested Alvin and the Chipmunks, that's great. It's a good group costume. It's easy. It's very doable. But then Ghostbusters was suggested by a roommate, which I know that's not exactly like eureka moment, like, oh, I never thought about doing this ever. But I don't know why it just hadn't crossed my mind. But that was like the perfect, like, you can go to a Spirit Halloween and buy it. It looks decent enough. You can do a group costume. It can be 2 Ghostbusters, or you can have like 8, and it makes sense. If it all gets fucked over, then I guess we'll just be fucking 3 hole punch gym or something, which is what that's kind of been my safety in the back pocket here. Time's been flying. It's nuts. I mean, even just kind of looking back on the start of posting consistently anyways, but June 16th, it's already October. I think it's 13th or 14th by the time I'm recording this. So what, that's July, August, September, 4 months already, and doing pretty well. All I know is in this, I'm gonna look back at this video and see that I need to cut my fucking hair too. I mean, it's just become a shag. I don't even know what this is. It looks like a mop. Kind of finally got my sleep schedule figured out for my classes. Going to bed enough on time and waking up on time enough after kind of missing a few 8:30s, which is not good. Don't do that, kids. But all in all, solid week. And it's so funny too, because I try to do my best to not have my any sort of happiness levels relying on numbers or anything as far as followers or likes or views or anything. But of course, if it is something I want to pursue as best I can, and who knows? Like I say this every video, but who knows? Maybe in fucking 2 weeks everything falls off or whatever. Fucking TikTok gets banned and then I'll be done and I'll have to go find something else to do with my time. But because I am pretty invested in it, it's kind of like the thing I do if I'm not lifting or in school, it's what I do pretty much. Like there was a couple down days, there's like probably 3 or 4 day stretch this week of just the follower count was super low, even with some higher view videos. And so I was a bit like, oh, that's kind of annoying. And then, I don't know where the an old video will blow up and start doing well, or the TikTok live streams will end up doing well, and you get a bunch of followers from that. So it's interesting, and I'm gonna have to figure out kind of that. Like I don't love going live on TikTok as far as just the vibe compared to Twitch is nowhere near as nice as having Twitch. Twitch I have a full setup and monitors, and you can see the gameplay and stuff. And TikTok is just me on my phone, and it's low key just like a chat that just glazes you, and you can't really banter back and forth with them as much as with Twitch. It doesn't feel like a community, but it is so good for pushing out to people that don't know who you are, right, on the FYP and on the For You page. Versus Twitch, there just isn't. The recommended tab is basically a nothing sandwich. Like I mean, I'm out of whatever the 320, I think we're at 320 followers or something on Twitch. Out of that, I bet you there's like maybe 20, maybe found me just happening, just to looking on Twitch and saw someone with fucking 14 viewers and then dropped a follow. I'm pretty sure every single other person is me siphoning them from TikTok over into Twitch, which has been the meta and kind of what I'm trying to do. Because long term, this YouTube would be what I'd want to do if I could pick and choose everything I want to do with social media. YouTube is, and that's that's not a hot take. That's kind of everyone knows. It's kind of at least streaming is also really fun too, but I like long form more than short form content. Even though I have fun posting the TikToks, and it's very not low effort, but in comparison to YouTube, everyone wants to jump there because it's probably the most monetizable out of anything. And YouTube subscribers versus TikTok followers. You can have fucking 100K followers and still get videos that have like 2,000 views. But with subscribers, it's a lot different. It pushes that out a lot more to them. But it's also by far the hardest platform to gain any traction on. So do my best to at least try to live in the moment best I can, and post as much as I can, while also like I don't want to completely only do this and not hang out and not have fun with buddies on the weekend and stuff like that. Like I also want to enjoy my time. I feel like I've been doing a decent job of balancing that. Plus I have fun on the streams and making videos and such. I don't know if there's any really big like plan changes in place or anything. I think it's just going to be sticking to the routine of posting a bunch on TikTok, going live every day, trying to get followers from that, dual streaming with Twitch, and posting stuff like this on YouTube. Yeah, that was my week. Stop the cut. Almost at 30K on TikTok, 300 followers on Twitch. Gonna book a haircut, figure out the Halloween costumes. I'll probably not post anything until next week, so maybe we'll get another Monday post like this, recapping the last week. I don't know what to ask. I guess if anyone has any fucking questions or something, I could do a Q&A. Although I should probably do that like on Instagram. Or, give me ideas of what to post on Instagram. Because I posted a couple reels there, and that are some of my older TikToks on there that have done well, and they did fine. They got a few thousand views, but it just doesn't feel like the same rhythm for Instagram, if that makes sense, that it works with TikTok. So let me know what I should really even do with that. If I should like post dumps or like funny photos, or I don't really know what to do with Instagram. Anyways, yeah. See you next week, I think, at the minimum.